Namaste and Jai Hind. When I was last in conversation with him, he was on the verge of starting his Padayatra. For some reasons, it got a little delayed. But then once he's hit the ground, Yen Man Yen Makkal has become a talking point. So we thought, let's just get to the ground and catch up with the state BJP president of Tamil Nadu, Thiru Annamalai, and ask him, how is it going along so far? Annamalai ji, Vanakkam, Namaskaram, Romma Nandri.
Vanakkam sir, thank you for coming all the way. We are sitting near Trichy and having this conversation. We have done about 94 assembly constituencies in Tamil Nadu. July 28th we started. We still have another 140 odd constituencies to cover. It's been a big learning experience, humbling experience for the whole party, the whole cadres, the leadership, because we are going deep into the ground, meeting people whom we are supposed to serve. And politics of late, if you see across politics, especially in Tamil Nadu, it has become so disconnected. It has become power, it has become more about cutouts culture, more about sitting in Chennai and dictating how politics of Tamil Nadu would be.
When you started, what was your thought process? Do you remember day zero, day one, and now you are a few months down the line? There have been some interruptions, but like you said, 94 constituencies. So from day zero to covering about 94 constituencies, what have been one or two standout moments for you or learnings for you? How did perception change for you?
For me, it was a shock, the first 10 constituencies I did in South Tamil Nadu. A sense of shock, because Tamil Nadu from the outside we always see this as a very developed state, a state that is very heavily developed. The social indicators are pretty high. And when we started from Ramanathapuram, when we were going into the rural parts, the first 10 days, these are all aspirational districts. And when Modi ji has announced 500 aspirational blocks, and 2 blocks come among the 500 also. I could see women carrying water in a small vehicle with 2 wheels. They have 6, in Tamil what we call kodam. They keep the 6 containers there and they were pulling it for 5 kilometers. I've never imagined in our state somebody can pull it for 5 kilometers for a drinking water. Yeah, now Modi ji saying that I am going to give water to you through a pipe which is going to come. For me, sitting in Delhi, it was all about my village, and my village was a pretty developed village in the western part of Tamil Nadu. It is like, okay, people walk half a kilometer, people don't have a good quality of water. Now Modi ji is giving water through a pipe. But this is an altogether different challenge. For me as a politician, as a BJP Karyakartas, how do I communicate this vision to those rural folk? To tell them, look, this is your problem. And do you know, Modi ji is actually solving your problem. We have covered 66% of Tamil Nadu through the piped water. So this was a big revelation, sir. And the good-natured intention Narendra Modi ji has got for the people has really translated and sunk deep into people's heart and mind. The challenge for us is, how do I communicate individually to each person? Because it is a disparate group of person. A lady who is carrying water has got a different narrative. A farmer has got a different narrative. Household woman folk has got a different narrative. A 100-day employment labor has got a different narrative. So this is a learning. We also know what the challenge the party is facing at the grassroots. And I don't think anybody in Tamil Nadu has attempted a Padayatra of this scale, sir. Normally you go walk in a road. Kanyakumari to Chennai, you catch a main road, you walk there. But here it is like every constituency, we cover 2 constituencies every day, 2 speeches. Both the constituencies you meet people. Again you start it fresh the next day. It is like till now we have done about 95 speeches, 95 major speeches. For us, as state president, as Karyakarta, standing there and listening, it's a revelation to me. Because coming from their mouth, they say, look, I have to get up 1 hour before then my husband and my cousins and my in-laws, because I have to go to a toilet outside the village and come back before the village gets up. That pain of just going outside just for the sake of a nature's call, one toilet has transformed.
What are the challenges that you see on ground as state BJP president? Your party is nowhere, right now it's in the consideration space. Otherwise in Tamil Nadu there is no BJP. It's largely the AIDMK, DMK is in power, there is Congress, and then there are some of the other parties, you know, even PMK and some of the others get talked about, VCK, they get talked about. BJP never got talked about. So what's your biggest challenge now that you've gone on ground?
The 2 major Dravidian parties in Tamil Nadu, ADMK and DMK, both of them, they have been in power for a long time. 6 terms. Now DMK is in the 6th term power now. And their network right up to the grassroots is so strong. They have cultivated a group of intellectuals from here, writers, other intellectuals, people who talk in TV space, and everybody talks about the Dravidian philosophy. It is like a big ecosystem is built in Tamil Nadu. Every place you go, you see a statue, somebody honored it, or people village say Kalaignar Karunanidhi stayed in 1958, or Dr. MGRG came in 1974. Every village has got memories of leaders coming, staying in that village and moving. So it is like a ecosystem is built around them. Now BJP, to break into that mold and enter into it, you need grassroots leaders, sir. That's a big challenge for us. And these grassroots leaders are not just any grassroots leaders who are problem solvers. Somebody goes and says, Anna, there is a problem in Tahsildar office, can you pick up a call and solve it for me? Can you come to the police station with me? Or the street light is not functioning, can you do it? So those kind of leaders is the challenge for BJP, because whatever Modi ji is doing, whatever image Modi ji has built, the great image that people carry for Modi ji, to translate that into votes, people have to trust a local guy. So this is where I think the party is growing over the last many years to fill that gap. This is the first challenge. Second challenge, I see in the narrative space. When I go to a very deep rural area, where a lot of problems are the making of DMK. For example, I go to Ramanathapuram. Again, I am starting with one district where we started. You see very clearly agriculture has failed. The district is in distress, because we haven't solved the water problem after the great Karma Veerar Kamarajaya, who was our Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. Water has failed, people have studied, no employment. Chennai, Kanjipuram, Chengalpattu, Coimbatore, 4 districts of Tamil Nadu, it contributes 32% of Tamil Nadu's GDP. The neighboring district Karur, which contributes 1.3% of Tamil Nadu's GDP. So here, there is a distress around the rural area, in which I have studied, I am an engineer, no job, because no industry has come to my place. So this is building up. The third one, sir, is all about very good. Tamil Nadu is a state that likes good communicators. People like flowery communication style. So I need to have 500,000 of BJP people who can speak in that language, articulate communicators, catch the attention of a person for 10 minutes, 15 minutes on the ground. These are the 3 challenges which we are addressing as we move on, sir.
How many of these challenges have we progressed and reduced the level of the challenge?
With respect to the first one...
Or is it that people are coming and seeing someone who's come and speaks well, that is Annamalai, and then let's go back home? So where is the aggregation that's happening?
Sir, with respect to the first one which you have said, grassroots leadership, I am very happy that I am getting new generation, the party is getting new generation of young dynamic persons coming in, 35, 37, 38. I just need that sharpening of political acumen, that's it. They are very good, they want to serve, but they don't know politics. And that is the group. We have done 3-4 trainings now, 500 batches in Chennai, in different parts of Tamil Nadu. And many young people got elected into local body polls, especially urban local body polls last year, when the polls happened, when BJP stood alone. So it is more like a seed that is planted. It will take some time for them to grow. We just have to be patient with them. And second, with respect to our senior leaders who have put in a lot of heart and soul over a long point of time, now they feel confident and jubilant that BJP's time is now. Even for an old horse, it can still run faster, provided the horse believes, oh, I can reach that destination. Now many of our senior leaders believe, hamara time aayega, it has come now. So they want to push that extra. So that is a very beautiful space. The party is inside now. We have to take it by avoiding small ego tussles, the newcomers, old comers. A lot of people come from outside party into BJP. They might not know our ideology, but we have strong ideology people inside the party. So that combination we have to solve, sir. With respect to communicators, now what has happened, sir? In Tamil Nadu, communication is becoming more data oriented now. One thing what I am trying to do desperately is shifting this communication from larger than life people of Tamil Nadu to get into the real ground issues of what is happening, what is it that affects you and me. So we don't want to communicate on them on their communication strategy, because we will fail, that is their strength. But we want to shift the whole communication to altogether new paradigm. Look, this is the data, this is what is happening in your problem, can we solve it? So this new thing is what we are trying to do, sir.
But are you going to be able to do it in a state where the DMK, A, is so strong, and B, seems to be largely not just controlling the narrative, but as per their numbers, they are delivering on ground. So are you really going to be able to break the DMK bastion? And especially when now that you have walked out of an alliance with AIDMK, a large part of it was seen that the AIDMK would do the counterbalancing versus the DMK in this NDA alliance. Now you split with that alliance. Is that not going to hurt your chances more?
I see a good chance, sir, because even when DMK got to power, they got 33% votes, 2021. So when ADMK came, they got about 31% votes. You see, I still have about another 40%, which is waiting. Vijaykanth, it gave an importance. And I am not really bothered about the DMK vote split should happen. If the DMK vote split happens, if it happens in multiple 3-4 places, finally DMK will win. So I am not buying into that narrative because, sir, people are very clear. When you have a national leader, Prime Minister Modi ji as Prime Minister candidate again for 2024, you see other party people voting for Modi ji, but not necessarily for BJP. In Tamil Nadu, we have seen this tactical voting many places it is happening. So people know who is governing, who is the opposite side. So people do tactical voting. So I don't think 2024 election, I am seeing that as a major threat.
So they're not voting based on their caste. They're not voting based on who's their taller leader, who's the one who's coming and who's going to advocate for them. Tamil Nadu is also hugely caste driven.
Correct, it's 100% caste driven, I'm not denying it. So 2014 was more about when Modi ji was the Prime Minister candidate. And Jayalalitha madam framed the whole conversation as Modi versus lady. So, and the cadres felt, or many Tamil Nadu people felt, there is a possibility that Madam Jayalalitha can be a deputy prime minister if at all somebody is coming to power. So that was the narrative in Tamil Nadu at that point of time. But Modi ji led third front in Tamil Nadu. It cornered about 19% votes. DMK was the lowest, came to the lowest ever in their history of 23%. So that will give us an idea how they try to frame the whole argument. DMK caught because they were never in the race per se after the UPA 1 and 2. 2019 was more about a very false propaganda started in 2017, ran for 2 years, that whatever has happened in Tamil Nadu, central government is the reason. Thoothukudi firing or this, or methane project or Jallikattu, blah, blah, and everything they brought inside. And they tried to create a narrative that, oh, Delhi is bad for Tamil Nadu. They had their own TV channels, newspapers, they kept running things for 2 years. It was like who is for Tamil Nadu, who is against Tamil Nadu.
But the 2024 narrative is that RSS BJP is representing Sanatan, and Sanatan needs to be eradicated, and it can be eradicated only when this RSS BJP brand of politics is eradicated out of Tamil Nadu.
Social media, everybody follows everybody reads everything. Now clearly they know what is Sanatana Dharma, eternal Dharma, timeless Dharma, Hindu Dharma, same. When people got only the small shift, immediately Udayanidhi Stalin said, oh, 2025, I don't want to talk about Sanatana Dharma, let us talk for 2026. That itself showed they want to go one step back foot on Sanatana Dharma. Sir, by now DMK ideally should have set a narrative in Tamil Nadu because 2019 they set the narrative by 2017, 2018. DMK till now is struggling to find a narrative. Is it going to be NEET? Is it going to be Sanatana Dharma? Is it going to be Delhi trying to plunder Tamil Nadu's resources? Or is it going to be our alliance will safeguard India's secular fabric? Whatever they are trying to say. As you will also see, you also, I saw in your tweet that you have gone to a very famous hotel in Sri Rangam. When you talk to people there, people say, what is DMK trying to say for 2024? So that itself is a huge success because DMK till now couldn't come with a single narrative. This election is all about them.
One of the aspects that you have tried to highlight is corruption, where you have tried to take a position against corruption. But does that actually fly? And many would turn around and say, you are going to talk about DMK files, you put out one set of tweets and then you just went quiet about it. You have not said anything there. So people will say, you also backed off because you thought you'd bitten, many would say you've bitten off more than you can chew, you have no proof, you're also making an empty claim.
You understand, sir? Whichever DMK files, whatever you have spoken, my job as a politician is to make that as a talking point among the common public. Because I am not a minister, I am not somebody who can order anything to happen tomorrow morning. I am a normal citizen of the state. My job is to bring corruption to the forefront and make it as a talking point, which I believe we succeeded. People started talking, okay, this is what it is, this is what it is. Then defamation suits filed on me. I go to the court, I talk to the press. It has created an atmosphere in Tamil Nadu. Yes, fine. Corruption is a subject we haven't talked for a long time. We have kept in the backseat. Come, let us talk about corruption. Then what happened? Subsequent rights at different points of time. Supreme Court mandated action on Sendil Balaji, he going to Pulal prison. Then Jagat Rakchakan, income tax right, 1,250 crore tax evasion they found, issued a press note. Eva Velu Raid, minister, continuing, even now as we speak, it is continuing for the third straight day.
You really believe in your manifesto promise of freeing Hindu temples? Now, this is an issue which is very close to a lot of people beyond political alliances, because we believe the BJP has not lived up to its promise even in some of the other states. Even with Uttarakhand, they had to give it up because they knew that this was going to hurt them in the elections. A lot of people believe it led to Pushkar Dhamiji coming back, in the BJP coming back to power because they did it. In Tamil Nadu, you really think? Because this is where the whole campaign has been mooted. Some of your own members are active people demanding freeing of state control, of Hindu temples from state control.
The nature of endowment body in Tamil Nadu is very different from the nature of endowment body in Karnataka, or for that matter Uttarakhand, or for any other part. Because here the endowment body or the Tamil Nadu charitable and Hindu religious, the ministry itself, the nature is to crush the Hindu temples, the nature itself. You don't see controversy happening in other parts of India. Here it happens. Right from the time they started, they said, look, our only job is to maintain, preserve the Hindu temples for what it is. We will regulate. Nothing else we are going to do. That's how they are able to convince the communists also when the bill got into the state assembly. Then subsequently, if you look at it every 10 years or so, how this has encroached into temple, they came in. They had either an endowment officer or for a small temple, something called a fit officer. Fit officer generally manages 5-7 small temples. EO endowment officer manages one big temple. Then over a point of time, they started plundering the state temple resources. Diversion, Innova cars will be bought. When the Tamil Nadu, the act clearly mentions 12% and 6%, not more than 18% can be taken out, either as an administrative cost or as a cost for doing an auditing. And 82% has to be funneled back into the temples for its daily maintenance. So people saw every 10 years the promise got eroded. 1986, 5.25 lakh acre were with TNHRC. Now it is 3.25 lakh acre. Where did 2 lakh acre go? No. If we go to Tiruchendur temple in RTI, 5,000 cows that was gifted to Tiruchendur temple is missing now. Nobody knows who took that cow. Now the final nail in the coffin, from the big temples, the HRNC is entering into small temples. In Tamil Nadu, what we call Kuladeva Valibadu. This Sanatana Dharma in Tamil Nadu is all about small temples, not necessarily the big temples. Now, very first time after DMK has come to power, we are seeing these guys enter into small temple because there is a provision in the law. If communities fight among themselves in a small temple, Kuladeva temple, they approach HRNC can take over the temple. Now, Tamil Nadu, everywhere in the Padayatra, I have seen people taking over small temples. One fit officer has put. Even for a small hundi collection, you go to them. Now they say, okay, this HRNC is definitely a pain with respect to what we are doing. So we cannot abolish it before people's mind is made up, sir. Maybe in 1980, people's mind weren't made up. 2000, it was not made up. Now, especially in DMK government rule, it is made up now. When Jayalalitha madam was Tamil Nadu's chief minister, it is a different thing. She was seen as a very tall Hindu leader. You got to have a combination where people say act is bad, government is bad, then only the explosion will happen. Now it is happening after many years. We have to understand the context, sir. It is a people's will. HRNC has
But what's in it for the DMK to act against Hindu interests? A lot of times it is because they say that temples are being mismanaged. We are only helping. The DMK's claim is they have helped restore or build 5,000 plus temples. So if they were against temples, why would they do it?
So when you come with me, especially outside Trichy, if you go to a lot of rural places where I can show you 1,000-year-old temples, in a dilapidated condition, nobody has come in and touched. Nobody has done anything for the temple. What DMK claims, for example, DMK claims you have done 1,000 Kumbhavishekam. Sir, people do Kumbhavishekam on their own. What is HRNC's role in it? Last week I attended 5 Kumbhavishekam in and around Karur district. People do on their own. You just have a HRNC brand to it. Because it's a village, self-sustaining villages. After 13 years they come together, they collect money locally. They perform, they do it. HRNC minister just goes on the day of Kumbhavishekam for a photo shoot. It gets added to government's tally that we have done 1 Kumbhavishekam. That is nonsensical argument given by DMK, sir. Now, has any temple circuit they have developed here? Has any tourism potential around the temples being explored here? Temples itself can contribute to the whole feeding program of Tamil Nadu government. Tamil Nadu, sir, temples revolve around communities. For example, my temple, you go, certain communities belong to that temple. You give a representation to that community should sit in that board. For example, you go to the temple, the Kali temple in Chennai. The Kali temple in Chennai was actually built for certain communities of that area. That community even now has got the first right of worship. You just hand it back to that community as a major stakeholder, you bring the other communities around that area as a minor stakeholder, you have a democratic way of having a board, and then you have some takkar, which is all very democratized by nature. No problems will happen. So you are completely anti-democratic. You nominate people to that board whom you suit or whom suits you or ideologically who's aligned to you. They go in, they do nothing. Endowment officer takes control over the temple. He swindles the money. So we have a solution to the HRNC goes out, what comes in next? So BJP is not talking in the air, sir. For us, HRNC has to go.
One of the aspects you said is that you are getting youngsters who are coming on board. But we are seeing these youngsters getting arrested every other day for misdemeanor, public nuisance, some case or the other that is happening. You also have a summons that is due sometime very, very soon. A case about 1.5 years ago or something you said. How do you see all of this?
Sir, I see when Dr. MGR started the DMK party, the problem that he went through between 1972 to 74, the first 2 years of his party, the same thing Tamil Nadu BJP is facing. Though it might be a loud-faced comment. When ADMK started, when the flagpoles were put, DMK cut out all the flagpoles. They came, because at that point of time the flagpoles are wooden poles. They came with machetes and chopped it. Summons, arresting of cadres, threatening, any businessman in BJP or ADMK then, the initial part, riding them, all those things. So I think it is par for the course, sir, because what they are thinking, you do this, a party will take a back step, will go one step behind, so that DMK will continue to do what they are doing. That is their motive. For example, in Chengalpattu yesterday, a MLA belonging to Kanjipuram, he speaks about our Prime Minister in the very bad way. 2,000 of our cadres, they go outside his office, they protest. They arrest till midnight, 11 o'clock. They remand 7 people. First time I am seeing in an FIR, a lady police is the complainant. She says, they have harassed me. When they are trying to protect them, they are trying to push me, pull me. I got harassed, Section 4B, Women Harassment Act, all 7 remanded. Very first time I am seeing you use woman as a tool, as a police officer to give a complaint in a law and order pushing, pulling. That is the level to which DMK has stooped down now.
I see a lot of pictures, and although you're saying you're going into the rural areas, somewhere I get the sense, is it largely just on the periphery of urban townships? So is it more your Padayatra and urban kind of a phenomena? Because BJP largely has grown in a lot of places in this manner. Are you steering clear of the core rural areas?
Okay, sir. Now, there are 2 things that you see. One, you see a footage of what we do in the evening, predominantly the urban area and the rural urban area mix. And many times people don't see what we do in the daytime. Visiting a village, we do Grama Sabhas. We sit in Grama Sabhas, which is not actually covered by the media because it is not supposed to be covered. It's all very intensive, 100 people, 150 people kind of thing. So our strategy is also, okay, let us not go to big cities where many leaders have come. Let us go to a mid-sized town. But in the footage, since a lot of people are coming, it always looks like people are crowded and everywhere. Delta, we have to completely change the strategy because rains are coming now. The rains have started. And it is all paddy sowing time now. People are planting paddies, people are there. Now this calls for a different approach because now you have to start early in the morning. Right. You can't go late in the evening. So we keep shuffling. The first time, the phase 1 of Yatra, we had 1 constituency in the morning, 1 in the evening. Phase 2, we clubbed everything to evening. Phase 3, we have to start at 6, maybe 7 in the morning. So we keep shuttling, we keep changing, sir.
So you're going to be working in the fields?
Yes, sir, 100% because I'm a farmer.
Pongal Varde, Jallikattu season also comes. So are you going to be getting involved in that too?
Sir, our one vision prayer is if you are able to find Modi ji's time, we are planning to invite him to Tamil Nadu. Probably if PM sir is able to find some time in his busy schedule. And we want to portray the richness of Tamil Nadu because he brought back Jallikattu to us. So that is something the party is working on. Probably, maybe not in the Pongal, but sometime after Pongal. And I myself rear 3 Jallikattu bulls at home. Yesterday I was with my bull in the morning. And I have named my bull as Modi bull. And my first bull I have named it after Modi ji. And like many Karyakartas, my wish is also when Modi ji comes, our bull should be there in there. And we all, because that is all something we cherish and we do it.
Annamalai with the bull, we need that picture. So I have to exact that promise from him. Now, 94, I know we're running out of time, but does Ram exist in Tamil Nadu?
100% he exists. Ram exists in everybody's heart. and people are
No,
very
for those who
excited.
deny the existence of Ram or said that Ram is something which is north of the Vindhyas, is a North Indian phenomenon, I've just come to Srirangam. I've done darshan at the Ranganatha Swami temple, but I'm asking you, is there Ram in the consciousness?
Lord Ram is there in the consciousness, sir. In fact, I wish and pray that in the future time when BJP is here, we want to trace the Lord Ram's trail, his trail to Sri Lanka, his connection to Tamil Nadu, the temples here. It itself is a big circuit, and one many of our North Indian friends also don't know. Even they might think, oh, Lord Ram, when did he go to Tamil Nadu? He has come here, and we want to trace that whole path he walked. And second, with respect to Ram temple, sir, you will not believe when many of us were as volunteers part of the donation drive for the trust, and every single village house we went, people just came in because they wanted their sense of history, that I contributed something now, because India's, what to say, sir, India's image of, if there is something that will define India for a Western audience, it is going to be the Ram temple for many years to come.
So the fervor of Ram in Tamil Nadu come Jan 2022 and the Modi bull during Jallikattu with Annamalai at the helm. We look forward to both of them.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Ramanandri,
coming.
Vanakkam.
Thank you.